and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is A Little Dove 22, and today we are going to be doing a cute little speed build. So for this house, I don't remember what exactly inspired me to do this way. I really wanted to do like a Barbie house. I don't know, a Barbie house being like pink and like very feminine. And like I said, I don't remember what inspired me to do it, but I ended up just doing it, and I really loved how it turned out. It looks like a little like mini castle at the end. Like it definitely looks like something that that like some young girl would have as like her little Barbie house. Definitely something that it could pass as that. So right now I'm trying to figure out the like shape of the house that I wanted. I know I wanted to have like a tower going up to the max height, just because like I said, I wanted it to be like a Barbie like mansion like tower thing, and so I wanted it to be like that. But I also wanted the house to be somewhat like big, so that you would have 2 bedrooms at least. And so I actually make it so that that's able to happen. And it is really cramped. Other than that, as you can see, I added like a little extension to the behind of the behind the tower, and that's just so that there's like room for stairways to go up. Stairways was like the hardest part of this build. It was very difficult to figure out how to make them fit. And here I'm messing around with the stairs for the entryway because I wanted it to be like a grand entrance, and so I had to make the stairs like fit into that as a nook. And then I didn't like how far up front it was, so I moved the entire build back. And then I was trying to figure out what door I wanted, because I wanted it to be a pink door, because once again it was going to be a pink Barbie mansion. And so I had to go through all the doors to see which ones could actually be pink. So like here's me going through all the doors and putting them like onto the wall so I could see which one I like the most, or which one I think looks good. And I really liked that door, but I just had to increase the height for all the rooms, which I think is what made it very hard to place stairways after that, because of just how tall the ceilings were. And so basically then for this method, for the front entrance, I wanted to have like a little like a grand entrance. So I ended up using the platform thing, which I don't use much of because I recently discovered that was a thing. So there I am using that, and then I didn't like how it was like, so I guess like there were plenty of holes in it, so I extended like a porch area out more. And then I didn't like how there was that little triangle area available, so I tried to do something to make it like go away somewhat. And then I decided I could just do that, what I just did there, but the thing is it cuts off the inside, so I ended up having to separate it, move it down, and it ended up working. So it ended up looking not as like weird, I guess, format wise. And then I decided to curve it down so that it would be like a curved entryway, and I really liked the way it looked there. And I decided I wanted to do the same for the balcony upstairs, or I guess not a balcony, but like the porch area. I wanted to do it for the second layer up there. So I did do that. And then there's me looking at the overall look of the house, and I decided to just go right ahead and get started on the roofing, because as you know, I hate doing roofing because I can never manage to make it look good. I am totally jealous of people who are able to make roofing look good in The Sims. I spend so much time trying to do it, and it just never ends up good. So especially with like when I do a tower-esque kind of thing, I can never get one of those roofs to fit it. So I ended up making it like oddly shaped, and then I tried to find a pink tiled roof, and they were all of them were kind of like dull, except for this one. This one was the most vibrant pink I could find, so I just rolled with it and put it there, even though the pink doesn't really match. But I decided I can make it like a very vibrant pink with the trim, so I put a very obnoxious pink in there. And then I wanted a little roof like for like the balcony, I guess, or like the porch. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting it, the name for it. I wanted to put like a little roof on the porch, and I really like the concept of this one. It's just it didn't fit with how the build was made, so I settled for this one but I had a little bit of pink in it, or it's supposed to be copper, and I guess it's like rusting, so it ended up having like a pinkish red tint to it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I was going to go for like a pink tile, but then couldn't find one that like suited my taste, so I ended up just going for like a basic gray brick, which is fine because that kind of suits the like castle-esque vibe I was going. And then I wanted to figure out what balcony like fence I wanted, so I ended up debating in between those two, but I decided to go for that one just because it was more extra. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. And then I kept those little like trellis. Are those called trellis? I don't know what they're like. They're like, I don't know what they're called, but I use these mini, I'm just gonna call them mini fences, and I use them in the gold color because I felt like that was very like princess-esque. I don't know, I was going for Barbie princess. I just wanted it to be pink and very, very feminine, like fairy tale feminine kind of thing. So then I wanted to go with the exterior and figure out how to work with that, because I know I've always struggled with bricks because they don't match, and you can already see here that they don't match color-wise. So I was like getting kind of worried of what I wanted, like what did I really want to, like I didn't know how to do the exterior look for it to match, because as you could see, then there's like the white I don't know, like it's a white balcony, like I don't know what to call those. They're like the white thick exteriors, they're like on the ends of each wall, but it wouldn't go up along the same line at like the higher levels, so it just looked weird. And then I couldn't figure out how to put wallpaper on the platform, and I managed to figure out later because I had to Google it, and I was like, okay, that doesn't really make sense because I tried to do that, but then I come across it by accident, so that was kind of funny, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. I think this is me Googling it right now because I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. It was very sad. And here I find it, like, unintentionally after looking it up, because I was like, it said you could use wallpapers on that, so I was like, I just tried to do that, it didn't work. So like I was looking through all the tabs and I clicked through all of them, and I saw the last one, I was like, oh, that one works. But I didn't well, okay, I guess the Google like search helps me find it, but like I didn't know it was specifically there, so that's why I'm saying like I don't know, I kind of found it but kind of didn't find it, you know. So there I put the first stairway downstairs to the basement, and then I realized that, okay, I need to have a bathroom, so I put a bathroom back there, or I closed the walls off for a bathroom right there, and then I ended up using the same fences for the interior when it came to like the railing and such, and I couldn't find a pink door, so I ended up having to use these doors for like the children, I guess, and I went for a pink unicorn because that just fit the vibe the best, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use a pink unicorn. Then I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to use like a ladder because the stairways are too big to fit here. I just didn't like the way where it would end up and such, and I just didn't like that idea. I'm not a big fan of ladders in houses just because I don't think it's practical, especially since like Sims get old on top of it too, and I'm not quite sure an old like Sim can climb up a ladder. I don't know, I've never tried it, but I didn't want to like take the risk if they weren't able to, because you know they have back problems and stuff, they're old. So I managed to figure out where I wanted to put the top stairway for the higher floor, I think, and then the highest floor, sorry. And but for the most part I was just trying to put the windows for it to match so it looked like consistent throughout the thing, but it annoyed me because I had to put a stairway on I guess that's the third level, and well, technically it's the second level if you look for when you enter, because technically the first level is a basement-esque kind of thing, but I'm just going to call it the third level. I couldn't put that large 3-block window there because there was a stairway interfering, and then I couldn't put the normal windows for where the roofing was there because they wouldn't fit, so I put like these little bay windows. There's me messing around with the stairway here because I didn't really like the way it was oriented, and I wanted to try to put a window there. Like I was trying so hard to figure out a way to put a window there, and I debated it just like putting it like the stairway in the middle of the second or the third floor, but I realized that like it wouldn't, if I was going to put a bedroom in the little circular tower area there, it wouldn't work whatsoever. So I was like, okay, fine, I just guess I won't put a window there. So I was a little salty about that, but it is what it is, and you gotta work with what you gotta work with. So I mess around some more with the stairway because I was really like strong-headed about wanting to have the stairway there. So, And then the first floor is the smallest level, wall level, so I had to change windows. So I ended up just going for these windows. They didn't have anything in pink, so I just thought I'd go for white because the other windows have white accents on them. So I was like, okay, it's not going to be too shocking. And it still kind of had the same, somewhat like the same shape. Like it wasn't shocking to see. And I thought it looked actually pretty nice in contrast to like the stone, like exterior, I guess, the stone siding. I thought it looked really nice and it accented it pretty well, so I was like pretty happy with that. So and then here I delete the ladder because that's when they really hit me. I was like, okay, no, I can't have a ladder here. So I was messing around with the stairs trying to find, like, this was like playing, what's that game, Tetris, you know. This was like a Tetris game right here. I was trying to make it like fit. I tried to do whatever I could. I even debated changing the whole shape of the house, but I was like, okay, I'm too far in to do that now. Like, I'm already in here deep. I could have tried to do that. Like, I could have probably pulled it off if I like made a balcony so it extended the room a bit, but I felt like that probably would look a little weird. And we were already having the tower situation, so that was like the main focus of this house. So if I added like another balcony in the back or an extension of this floor, I think it would have looked odd. So then I opted to try to put the stairway in the middle of the room there, and it didn't work, or I didn't like the way it looked, so I was like, okay. Then there's like that weird kind of one block, or not one block, but like, yeah, there's that weird nook area. So then I ended up on the floor, but I ended up extending the walls there, and then I just fit it like snug against the wall. So it ended up working. I added the railings around, or I guess, are those called balcony railings? Like, I don't know what the terminology, I guess well, I'm just gonna say railings, but like, I don't know if it has like a specific term for like railings around the stair. Oh, yeah, okay, they're just railings. I'm just dumb sometimes. So there's that. And here I am trying to put more windows there because the only ones I could fit there were the ones from the first floor, or I guess the basement, or we could call that floor 0 because that's like, it's ground level, but it's not the entrance. So, and I came across these cute little lights, which I really liked because they were like, I don't know, they were like a fun pink, and they were also like, I liked the way the light looked. So I was like, okay, I like that. And so then I opted for this Get Famous wallpaper and found that it came in pink, and I was like, okay, that's perfect. And then I put white wooden floors everywhere just to keep the pink and white Barbie house kind of thing going. And then I wanted to do some counters, and I found a pink and white counter, so I was like, okay, that's perfect. The kitchen's quite small in this house, just, well, because there's not much room to work with here, and there's no living room on the entrance floor. It's just you walk into the kitchen, which isn't really that practical now that I like look back on it. Like, honestly, this like area should have just been for like the living room, and then I could have put the kitchen where I put the living room, because to be honest, like most times when you walk into a house, it's like a sitting area or like a living room. I don't know. That's like the houses that I like are around here. I don't know if it's like different in other countries or whatnot, but like people tend to hide the kitchen a lot too, because like most of the time there's stuff out in the kitchen, except for like open concept homes where you could just see through everything. But this wasn't going to be like an open concept room. There was no room for it to be an open concept room whatsoever. So I'm working on the kitchen area, and it's pretty cute. It's like a kitchenette. It like gives me small apartment vibes. Like if we were to have like an apartment in Paris, like there's not a lot of counter space. There's a stove, a fridge, and then like you're lucky if you have a dishwasher. Most oftentimes you just have a sink where you'll have to like wash everything there, or like a South Korean apartments. They don't really have dishwashers. So then I put a little dining set, which was perfect for the little nook area here, and I wanted to put that carpet there, and I realized I couldn't move it after that. I was like, what the heck? So I had to undo that, and I was like, yeah, we're not going to use that carpet. I'm just going to go for this carpet, which was red. And I know it kind of looks weird, but I think, well, it looked weird at first, but then after a while, you kind of was like, you kind of, again, it rubs on you. You're like, oh, that is kind of cute. I like it. So I ended up just leaving it there, and there's me arranging the decorations like crazy. There was like a lot of weird nooks and areas here. As you can see, I'm putting like plants there because there's nothing you could really like put there that would be like useful. So it's just area for like plants or like extra decorations. So now I'm working on the ground floor, or floor zero. Sorry, I forgot that we named it that. I'm working on a floor zero, and right here is where one of the bathrooms is gonna be. And I think, wait, is it the only bathroom? I'm trying to think. I think it might be the only bathroom. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I made this build like 2 days ago, so I'm a little late with this video, but you get the point. I think it might be the only bathroom. Once again, this is a really small house if you think about it, and it's not small enough to be called a tiny home. I think it was too many tiles for that, but it definitely was a smaller sized home. So then I ended up bringing the wallpaper down, the same one from the floor above. I really like the way it looked. I think I don't really use that Get Famous wallpaper. I just, every time like I want to use it for like an actual like rich person's home, it just comes off as like too cheesy. But this cheesy works because it's supposed to be like a cheesy Barbie home, right? So it ended up working out for the better. And so here I am. This is where the master bedroom is going to be, by the way. So I just find I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I breathed weirdly. So I was finding different things that were pink and was just placing them wherever I could. Like I was literally just scrolling until I saw something pink and was like, okay, I need to put that. And I thought that cute little mirror was a great divider from in between like the bedroom space to where there's like a lounge area, because this is a master bedroom and I wanted it to be special because Barbie house once again. So I still wanted this house to be practical. I just didn't want it to be like I didn't want it to have just the basic things. So I ended up, well, I added a desk in a study area, which I think most sim houses need to have at this point, because like a lot of careers require you to go on the internet and use a computer, which makes sense because in day-to-day life a lot of people use computers anyways. And then I made little room for a cute little TV nook area. So this person has their own kind of lounge area. So there's the TV there. I put a couch, and then there was this little nook behind the mirror, and I didn't really know what to do with the space because it was a little awkward size. So I just made it like a miniature sitting area where you could like, your sim could read a book there, or yeah, I guess that's what they could do. Or they could talk with other sims. But for the most part, that ended up being like that. I put some speakers around just because the music is a big part of the Sims lifestyle, I feel like. Especially since that TV kind of shelf thing has like I think it's like a stereo is in it. So I already know that they are going to be listening to a lot of music. So now I am working on the third floor, and this is where the living room is, the official living room is. And this is why I'm like saying, I kind of like regret putting this there, because I feel like this would have been better suited on like the entryway, because living rooms deserve to be there, and I think this area would have been better suited space wise for a kitchen. Like I could already see that corner would have been perfect for a kitchen where I put the TV and such. So that was a missed opportunity, but we learn from our mistakes and no one's perfect, and it still ended up looking quite nice. And if it's something that like really bothers you but you like the build, you could just change it yourself. There's always a creative freedom with builds. So just because you download it from the gallery doesn't mean that you have to keep it from how it was. You could always twist it and put your own twist on it. And like honestly, if you guys do that, I would love for you guys to like tag me in it, or I don't know if you could tag someone in the Sims gallery, but I would really love to see, maybe if I go in the gallery one time and be like, oh wait, that's the build I put, and then like look at it and then see that you renovated it. That'd be like really cool. Anyways, this is where the second bedroom is going to be. I just put a little twin size bed. It's not meant to be like a big bedroom, but once again, you could always change it, because on the top floor I ended up making it like a skill based room, so there was a bunch of skill materials there. But I'm sure if you arrange the furniture enough around, you would be able to put like a queen size bed, or even if you deleted the stairway and used the ladder, which like I said, I'm not a big fan of, but you might like it. There could be room for like a queen size bed in there. But I ended up just kind of going around choosing like some of the like bigger skills. So I chose something for fitness skill, music skills, and then I did a comedy skill and then artistic skill. So I felt that kind of got enough skills around the house. And once again, there's a computer at the bottom floor, so you could always do your logic skills and other things. And there's some bookshelves here too, so you could read and do other stuff. So I think it was pretty good skill base wise. So it is small, but it does have a lot of potential with it. Now I'm working on the entrance, so I do a little pavement pathway, continuing the same kind of brick thing, and then I outlay where I want the flower beds to be, and I use that cute little like miniature fence. I forgot what I called it at the beginning. I'm sorry, I suck with house terminology. I used to watch HGTV all the time and like know all like the fancy terminology like backsplash and stuff like that, but like it's been forever since I last watched it, so like I don't really remember much of the terminology. Anyways, I did the BB objects thing here so that they would be able to overlay, because I don't like how spread out the flowers are naturally with the grid. So here I'm just layering a bunch of different flowers that kind of suit the look here so that it looks more filling and like more vibrant. And then I got the weirdest idea to make a heart-shaped pool. I don't know. I just was like, it just popped in my brain. I was like, I need to make a heart-shaped pool. Like that just has to happen. So I just did that with like the custom pool design, and then I added the same kind of pavement around it. And it was supposed to be a fountain, but then I changed it to a pool because I was like, wait, that's kind of like unpractical. Like if it's just a fountain that big, I feel like it would just have to be a pool at that point. So I extended this to be a cute little patio area. So I put a grill, trash can, added some outdoor seating, and then I think I add lights in the pool. It's not the biggest pool ever, but once again, this isn't the biggest lot, so there wasn't much room to do it. And so the house next to this one has a giant pool. You could check it out on my gallery, so if you're interested in a house with a giant pool, you can have that. I tried to do a miniature heart here, but it just looked like it didn't look good because you couldn't really do